Hello strangers of the internet, welcome back to Hopsy. We are doing a very short video today. It is kind of being backed from my previous video where we used my Kali Linux and sent logs, our syslogs, to the CM. Today we're going to be doing the same thing, but instead we're going to be using the pfSense firewall logs, and we'll be sending everything that receives and again shooting that off to the CM. There are, of course, a few tutorials online. Quite a few of them didn't work for me, so I thought, might as well just show how I ended up doing my thing, because of course, documentation is always good until you need to do it and then something's wrong. So we need to start off with the actual victim machine so we can do the firewall rule. And basically we just need to send out logs, right? So it's actually quite easy. You go into system logs and you need to go to settings. Settings, this is all default, so I'm not going to change any of this, but you can here enable remote logging and you press send log messages to remote syslog server. The syslog server being our CM. Source address any, we really couldn't care less. Here is the remote log server, so if I real quick just minimize this, hopefully this is still open. Yes it is. And we just IPA, we can see that our IP address is 10.6.6.11. So that's great. So we can go back, open this, 10.6.6.11. You can see I already tried some of these because I wanted to make sure this actually works. And we're going to do 9969 because, I don't know, it's funny. You can't, so basically 514 is the typical one for syslogs, but for some reason, I'm assuming permissions on it are restricted / different or whatever. It really doesn't matter. It didn't work for me, and then I changed it to port 9969 and it worked. I did try to use the other port that we used last time, 9997, but I think because that's being used by something else, it wasn't really working. But anyway, we're going to send all the logs. Also, so this is for us, it's in the user group. You would need to have your firewalls allowing you to send in your group. So if you're doing this on LAN, LAN needs to have LAN to LAN. If it's user group to user group. So whatever group you're in needs to have the correct firewall rules so it can send within that group. Anyway, so save, sorry. That's saved. Now we unironically don't need to do anything else with this, so we can just close this down. And we go Splunk. Splunk, I no longer need this. Yeah, you guys know my name already, that's completely irrelevant. Then, okay, we're here. So the first thing we need to do is create an index. An index is just going to be like the group of these logs. New index. So all the files we saved here. So it's going to be firewall _ pfSense. The rest can stay the same because it's all default, so it's an event. This will be automatically set, this home path, cold path, forward path. We don't need to set that ourselves. I think this is disabled, so it doesn't matter. Searching and reporting, yeah, that all looks great. Let's press save. Now you can see that it's somewhere here, firewall pfSense. All this other stuff is default. I didn't change any of that. Now the final, I guess, hard step of this all is going here. And you can basically pick how you want to. So I was trying to do the heck app thing. It's just not worth it. It's way easier to just go UDP. And then it's not TCP because it doesn't need to establish the connection and maintain the connection. It's much easier just to send it once. And if it sends, it sends. If it doesn't send, it doesn't send. Like, really, who cares? Next. Now, the problem is I did try and select I think in older versions, you can just type pfSense and it'll come up. I have two existing ones because I already did this before. We are just going to pretend it doesn't exist because, yeah, we're going to call it new. So you guys will need to do it like this. You'll go like pfSense firewall _firewall. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go firewall _pfSense. And then I put it down as network and security because, it's a literal firewall. And then the description is pfSense firewall syslogs. Now we can go down, search and reporting sounds accurate, it's IP. And then default, no, we want to do the firewall _ pfSense index. You're going to review all the information. Oh, look, it looks great. So it's UDP, we know that. It's port 9969, we know that. This is the source type, IP address of remote server, and then index. Great. Now we can go start searching. So we're gonna have to wait like a little bit for it to appear. Absolutely nothing's going to appear now. First is what's gonna basically say is it created something, and then after created, we're just gonna like test some searches on our firewall to see that it's actually collecting some sort of logs. Last time I was doing this, I made it 1 hour window because that's way cooler. And then if I search, damn, it's not doing what I thought it would do. It happened quicker last time, but okay, well okay, 0 of 1 event matched. That's really sad. Why is it not matching to that event? That's the one I want. Anyway, maybe we should go into the firewall and start simulating some events. So if we real quick jump over, was firewall, pfSense, not that kind of firewall part. If you just start like looking at stuff, so let's go to firewall rules, for example, and maybe click on user group, go back, open Splunk. Okay, so now it finally did its thing, and then here we go. So you can see here we have get firewall rules PHP, and then this is what was opening it. Then we can see here we have another get firewalls rule. We have new syslog. So anyway, this is logs will start slowly showing up. I don't think I need to hide any of this. This is just a time. This is the host. This is the port, and then this is the source type, which is the firewall underscore. You can, I believe, what you would want to do is make these actually like more readable, but we are not going to do that in this video. This is kind of just like quick show. So okay, it had 1 event and then 3 events. I think is absolutely nothing is happening on my system at the moment. I believe if I was to actually like start up something, so if we went like Splunk, does Splunk tester have access to the internet? That's a really good question. I have this set up in a really weird format where like certain things don't have access to the internet. But anyway, this is like gonna be the testing part, so hopefully this doesn't go too slowly, because I might just cut out completely from the video. You know, obviously like the actual setting up is done, but I kind of want to play around with it and show you what's it going to detect. I believe, so no Splunk tester has internet connection, it's just a little bit slow. And if you can hear, like, we had a tropical cyclone that's still ongoing. So if you can hear like a bunch of wind, rain, other loud noises of crashing, civilians screaming, blah blah blah, that's just, yeah, cyclone coming over where I live. Maybe I'll add something on the screen so you guys can see that, better retention, but not like it matters. We should be safe, nothing bad will happen. Oh, and I completely cooked this the other day, I forgot I did that. Full screen mode, switch please. Okay, thank you. It's going to, yeah, okay, cool. If we type like YouTube, for example, this should hopefully please work. I can see your DNSing correct. Yeah, okay, awesome. And then we go like google.com. And then basically all I care about why I want to do this is because, can I go out of full screen mode? Is this like a thing? Hello? Bell icon? No? Let's just like let it do its thing for a little bit longer. I'm going to quickly tab out on the screen you can't see me tab out on. Okay, awesome. And then we go back to Splunk and we see, okay, now we have a ton, there you go, ton more logs. What are we looking at here? So we see DHCP leases. DHCP, do we care about that? I don't believe. So we have a reboot. No DNS, which is quite, at least I don't see any DNS stuff happening. It should be, because I'm pretty sure it sends DNS logs. But anyway, yeah, so this is basically firewall logs are being sent. We are receiving them. So now we have logs directly from the victim tester machine, sorry. And we have logs from the firewall. I think the next thing we're going to do is create like the dashboard to interpret these logs in some sort of useful way. That's probably gonna be a longer video, maybe like 20 minutes. And then after we do that dashboard, I guess we'll go back to hacking people. But I want to do this because every single company I apply for requires CM experience, and Splunk seems to be the most used one. So I thought at the very least I can do this and then somewhat try and hold my ground if they ask me about Splunk. So I hope you guys enjoyed. A very basic video. If you have any questions on alternate configurations, you can leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer. I did go through quite a few different tutorials to try and get this working because for some reason, I don't know, mine's just weird. Mine's always weird. There's something, whenever you're doing like systems and tech, that something always goes wrong and you always need to debug something. So respect. That's why everyone hates printers. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe. Goodbye.